Okay, so I'm going to give y'all 4 drawbacks based on my experience of being a realtor. Now, I've been licensed 6 months, so I'm still considered a new agent. And really, I honestly want to say, even though I've been licensed for 6 months, I really just started doing anything last month officially. So, this is just my experience. Now, don't shoot the messenger. Again, this is how I see it. This is my perspective. Some agents may agree. Some agents may not agree. I don't have nothing to do with it. Okay? So, I'm going to just preface and say that before we start. Okay, so have y'all ever heard of this saying, you got to pay the cost to be the boss? That's how I feel doing real estate. First of all, it's a lot of upfront costs. It's a lot of upfront costs that they don't tell you about. And I do have notes, so I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. You got your courses, your exam fees, your licensing, your association fees. It's a lot of fees that you got to pay to even get your license. And I'm going to say that I spent between $1,500 and $2,500 just to get my license. So if you ain't got it in the bank and you want to be licensed, go ahead and get ready for that part of it. And then 2, you also have to pay to remain licensed. Of course, we know ain't nothing free. Everybody pretty much know that. So they not giving you something for nothing. So you do have realtor fees that you have to pay. Like the association that I'm with, we have to pay them biannually, so it's twice a year. So just be prepared for that. It's other little costs that you have to pay for, like your Supra, which is your lockbox. Some, depending on what state you are, y'all have different systems, or depending on what brokers you're with, y'all may have a different system that y'all use. We use Supra. So just be prepared to drop some cash is what I'm trying to say. All right, number 2. I don't even know if I said number 1, but whatever. Number 2, it's a hustle. If you're not a hustler, you don't want to get your feet and your hands wet, your toes, your eyes, your whatever, real estate won't be for you. And I'm just here to tell you that right now. Now, some people might say that I'm a hustler because I do have a business, another business, shameless plug, Matthews and Company Writing Firm. But I don't define myself as a hustler. So it has been a challenge for me just being able to put myself out there, do the open houses, what else? Chasing leads, attending events, which I really haven't attended many events so far, but I do plan to do that once the summer hit, the Lord said the same. So it's just a lot of hustling. So if you're not into that hustler lifestyle, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm not going to say it's not going to be for you, but it is going to be a challenge because I'm not a hustler and it's been a challenge. I'm just saying this my experience. Okay. So that's all I can say about that. Number 3, people don't want to help you. I was trying to think in my head of a nicer way to say that as to not scare people who are interested in getting their license, but I'm going to go ahead and let you know it's going to be a lot of this right here. A lot of that. Just people just talking. They're not going to help you. And of course, like the brokerage I work for is excellent. Shout out to the W. They really do try to assist us with our training. They set us up with a mentor and things like that. But I'm saying overall, at the end of the day, this is your business. So when you go into it, you need to think about yourself as a one-man show. I'm going to go ahead and say that. Now, a lot of the agents that I work with are nice. Some might not be as nice as others, but that's neither here nor there. So just the main thing is make sure whatever brokerage that you get with, that y'all are aligned. And I do feel like I'm very aligned with the brokerage that I signed on for. I signed up with I'm saying signed up, that's not the correct, but whatever. I'm at a boutique brokerage, so I'm not with a franchise. A lot of people say when you start, you need to start off with a franchise. And to me, it just depends on your personality and what you're in it for. I'm not trying to be like $1 million real estate mogul or anything like that. So I was perfectly fine with a boutique agency. So it just depends on your goals. For me, if I sell a few houses a year, I'm cool with that. Some people trying to be like this and like that. If God has it for me, that's for me. But those are not my goals. Let me say that. So just be aware of that you're going to have to get it out the mud. People not going to want to help you like that, just so you'll know. And number 4, to me, is not all it's cracked up to be. Now, like I said, it depends on your goals. And I am trying to work on my speech with the I realize that I say that a lot, but I'm not, whatever. But yeah, so if your goals are to be a top producer, then more power to you. That's good. I'm not going to knock anyone's goals. Everyone aspires for different things. But how can I say this nicely? It's gonna take a lot of work. I will say that. Unless you got a bum spirit of influence who, when you call them, they running. So now my spirit wasn't hitting on Jack Diddley squat. But some people have a strong spirit influence where they can call, hit people up, and you got all this inventory, people ready to buy houses. Now, my life not set up like that because I don't fool with a lot of people like that. I fool with my family. I got a select few friends. So if you're like this and like that, and for the people that know, they know what I mean by that, like this and like that, it'll be good. But if you're somebody like me who's more laid back, got a more chill personality, I'm not really in your face, it's going to be more of a challenge. And that's not saying that you can't do it, because we should do hard things, but it is going to be more of a challenge. So I'm just here to let you know, when you see the glitz and the glamour, that's not 95% of realtors. Most realtors are not making any money like that. Don't let them fool you. A lot of them are doing co-listings. They're on there with other realtors. Just don't believe the hype. That's what I'm saying. Don't believe the hype. Do what's best for you at the end of the day. Don't compare yourself to nobody, because what they want out of life is not the same thing as what you want out of life. So just don't compare, because comparison is the thief of joy. I have to tell myself that constantly. So yeah, just be aware that it ain't all this and all that. Now again, this is just my little measly experience from the 6 months that I've been doing it. So take my advice with a grain of salt. Do your research, and as I stated before, do what's best for you. At the end of the day, that's what's going to matter. If you're satisfied with the work that you're doing, you're producing what you want to produce, that's what matters. You're doing what's best for yourself. You getting fed. You're feeding your family. That's the most important thing. Don't look at these people, because these people lying. They be out here lying, and everybody know that these people out here lying. That's why I don't really like social media, because people be doing too much. See, my alarm went off. There was the devil trying to stop this message, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But if you have any questions, you're interested in getting into the real estate industry, I would love to answer your questions. I'm a big person on each one, teach one. I don't mind helping people. Somebody had to help me. So if you have any questions, and I'm sure that there will be more drawbacks that'll come up, but I'm also going to try to do a video on some positive things about real estate, because I have learned so much and grown so much in the past 6 months. Just me doing this right here, getting on this camera and talking to y'all, not worried about how my hair looks and what people are going to think about my accent and how I speak. That's major growth for me, because I had social media anxiety. Now, was I diagnosed with it? No, I self-diagnosed myself, but I know that's what I had. But anyway, if you have any questions, you're interested in the industry, or you just got general real estate questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm very open, and I do not mind sharing with you guys. All right, so hopefully this video helped someone, and have a great... Should I end a TikTok? Should I end a video like that? But whatever. Y'all have a good day.